Hello everybody, and thanks for checking out another video here on G4G, Games from Gamers. Today we're in Marvel Avengers Alliance, and we are taking a look at the Artificial Intelligence Spec Ops 4-piece set, otherwise known as the Integrated Intelligence set, and there are 4 pieces in it. I happen to only have 3. I am missing the daily roulette spinner item, the single target gun, but I have 3 of the other 4 pieces. They are a special functionality item called the calculated response. It cannot be used. It is like the Cosmic Cardinal. At one level, it basically does calculated response. You take reduced damage from attacks, you get Bastion, essentially what it is, and you resist crits. At level 2, you gain reactive armor. You see that on Bastion, some of the Bastions now. You reduce damage based on the last type received, so this is really good as an anti-quick lock item, because quick lock is all melee, Quicksilver Jugs is all melee. Essentially, once you take the first melee hit, you will be running a increased defense against melee attacks, so you would have to have a really varied offense in order to get through this. The 0 Day, which is a Sentinel summons attack. It is summon, so it doesn't trigger counters or retaliations, and it's stealthy when the cufflink is up. At level 1 it does bleeding, at level 2 it adds static charge, which means electrical attacks will chain. At level 3 you have Pyrophoric, and at level 4 they changed to Nimrod Sentinels and you get Fatal and Brutal Strike. The crafted item, this is also the 64 gold item by the way. The cufflink is the crafted item. At level 1 you get Rising Up and Shield. The Rising Up is only 1 round though. It doesn't stick around for a long period of time, so you do have to spam it. At level 2 you gain Epiphany, at level 3 you gain Stealthy, and at level 4 you gain the Cube's Chaos Shield, or Scarlet Witch's Chaos Shield. And I had the high capacity incinerator unit in the 4th slot because it will go off of the Pyrophoric. So who is this set tailor-made for? Well, it is 100% amazingly tailored for Omega Sentinel. She exploits the crap out of this set. And I'm going to move Rocket Raccoon in for the ultimate exploitation of the intelligence set over here. So let's take a look at it in action. Mind you, the cornerstone of this group is static charge and pyrophoric and a retaliation with opportunistic attacks. So, we're going to lead with the cufflinks and we're going to gain some buffs. And I go before Omega Sentinel, which is really, really nice. And we are going to lead off with Rocket Punch, Rocket Punch, Rocket Barrage, Rocket Punch. Anybody remember the old Marvel vs. Capcom games where Sentinel was one of the characters? Yeah, he was pretty cool. There's a lot of people I liked using Sentinel against. So, mind you, the entire team has Pyrophoric, static charge. So, we're going to go ahead and bang on this Infiltrator. Or not. So there goes Pyrophoric. And if you notice, my buffs are, well, they're still hanging out there a little bit. So I've got the shield, I've got the buffs. So Pyrophoric went off, and that is because an explosion attack went off. Now we're going to strengthen everybody. And Pyrophoric is going to go off. Had I hit that assassin, Rocket Raccoon probably could have jumped in there based on the follow-up. So there he is, he's bleeding, he's burning, he's off. And now, I'm going to take melee adaptation over here, and I'm going to retaliate with an opportunist. Oh, I can't because he's stealthy. That's right. Now it's going to switch over to ranged. And I'm going to apply Winded. So that... Oh, trigger. I didn't think of that. Wow, Rocket Raccoon jumps in on the calculated response. That is really pretty. Ho ho. Alright, well, I'm just gonna do this for now and store up a charge. There goes Pyro Forward. And we're gonna store up some ammo. Wow, I didn't know that he was gonna respond on the calculated response. That is awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep the tactical service for the next round, and I'm just gonna hit him with the high capacity incinerator unit, which will chain the pyro forward, give me adrenaline. If I have a follow-up attack, Rocket Raccoon could jump in on it. So calculated response should fire. He's now exhausted, and there goes Trigger. Wow, this is a really nice team. I was really focused on Omega Sentinel. I had forgotten that Rocket Raccoon could add to this. Alright, so we're going to use the snappy service this time. We're going to go ahead and lead with Rocket Barrage, Rocket Barrage. Bleeding, Static Charge, Pyrophoric. And let's see if we get a follow-up. Nope, I don't think we're going to get the extra attack. Alright, so I should retaliate with going ranged adaptation. There goes calculated response. And trigger hack. Oh, that's pretty. That's so pretty. And what's good about this group is Omega Sentinel can protect Rocket Raccoon if I want. So, if I go to the tactical side, and I fire off neural disruptors, static charge. And if I go ahead and give us focused, there goes the forward. So this is really, really neat. And let's just get it put away here with the big Kerplowy. And a massive overkill. So there is the intelligence set. And I was like really hyper-focused on how well tailored it was for Omega Sentinel, just because literally everything she does exploits the debuffs that you leave behind when you summon in the Sentinels over there. I really did not calculate how much Rocket Raccoon was going to jump in on that set. So I'll show you guys the single target item over here. There's my Avalanche. He's trading from 3 to 4. Excuse me, my Cannonball. There's my Avalanche at level 6, so he now has Epicenter. So we have big one left to get for him. So there is the integrated intelligence set. Let's take a look at the final item over here. You can go to mission and hit the question mark. It's this item over here, the Master Key, a 1-round cooldown, but for the tactical armor you can get the Sentinels out and use this in the same round. So you can, in offense, I think what you could do is the Link, the 0 day from round 1, and then in round 2, the Link, the 0 day tactical service with the master key. So it's Finest Hour and True Strike at level 1. Finest Hour runs off of what the cufflink gives you. At level 2, you have Hemorrhaging. At level 3, you have Electrified. At level 4, you have Fiery, which exploits the Pyrophoric. So essentially, as you can see here, it makes all your attacks Electrified, makes all your attacks fiery. Really, really nice set over here, and I think it's got value in offense. Defense, well, we know Omega Sentinel's not horrible on defense. Rocket Raccoon would not be somebody I would leave in there for defense. How would the agent run? Well, as long as he does not try to fire off the gun without using 0 day, it could work. You only have 3 items to work with. One of them is special function, so it can't get used. And basically, anybody with electricity, you can use it. Storm, Thor, anybody who does fire or explosive. Human Torch, we saw Rocket Raccoon. Sunfire would also work. Basically, anybody who deals with fire or electricity is really good for the set. And you have to run Omega Sentinel. I think there is no other choice to run with this set other than her, because everything she does exploits it. Unless she just restores health with the nanobots, or does Fortified, she's gonna do something that exploits this set. And as long as she goes after the agent, that's a lot of damage going out. And, really the only thing that shuts it down is the enemy team running Mystic in the first round, because you don't have a way of purging it off. But, aside from running the Mystic, the set is really nice. Is it really PvP worthy? I think if you don't have the Mystic in the cube, it's a no-brainer. I would really recommend the set. If you do have the Mystic in the cube, boy, it really becomes tough not to run those, because they are so good. I mean, preventing debuffs, there's no stuns in the first round, and, there was no Omega Sentinel in the first round, stuff like that. You can shut down Iron Patriots, you can shut down Rescues. What can you do to pick this set apart? Well, honestly, you really want 3 items for the calculated response. I mean, yeah, if you ran a tanky agent, you can run it with just 1 or 2. Honestly, if you ran a tanky agent, you could just run calculated response in the cufflink and have a solid defense. Offense, the 0 day... if you ran all electricity people, Thor and Storm, you could just get 2 pieces, and that would be good. Fatal Blow and Brutal Strike is fantastic, considering it's AoE. If you manage to get lucky and get the gun, what could you piecemeal that with? Well, at level 2, you have the Hemorrhaging, so if you ran a Bleeder team, you just need 2 pieces with this, and that's pretty good. If you ran an electrical team, you need 3 pieces, so you can run maybe like this and the Electro Hammer, and then the defensive items in the set. The cufflink is great to run with any of the ionic gear. So if we come back here and take a look at the cufflink, so let's say this is the only thing you did. You just crafted the cufflink. Well, you get the Rising Up and the Shield at level 1, so that's good for an air pressure group. And, the Epiphany at level 2 is not a whole lot. The Stealthy at level 3 is really nice. So what could you run the cufflink with? Well, you can if it actually lets me type over here, which does not seem to be allowing me to do. Hello. Alright, well, we'll have to find it. They're all in the same area, roughly, anyway. You have the Ionic Emitter, which would become a quick action with Snappy Service. Somewhere around here, as it fills it in, there it goes. The Ionic Sledge. The Ionic Sledge is really nice with the cufflink because you deal Finest Hour. It's actually good against Bastion, too. You deal extra damage while you have all the Finest Hour buffs, and you regenerate health and stamina. So you could run cufflink. the Ionic Sledge and some other tanky items over there, and you would be sitting pretty as a tanking agent. There's an older one. There's also a weaker Ionic item around here somewhere, the non-upgraded item. Spirit Edge. It's pretty cool. You can run that too. It's got a cooldown. The Ionic and Spirit Edge would be pretty nice. Worst set ever. Oh, that 40th Century Man is just absolutely awful. I thought I had another Ionic item hanging around, and I don't know why I'm not allowed to type over there. But there you go. There's what you can run the set with. So, hope you enjoyed this video here on G4G, and good luck everybody getting your Avalanche and Cannonball. Take care.